Welcome to NFL Talking Points, the preview show for every single game in the NFL from week 8. We only have 2 teams on bye, a lot of teams coming back. It is the Baltimore Ravens after their loss to the Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders after their win against the Eagles. So enjoy your bye. And we'll move swiftly on to the game that is on Thursday Night Football, Friday morning at 1:20 a.m. for the UK watchers, if people are going to watch this game. But of all the Thursday Night Footballs to start for, this is probably the most interesting one. You've got the Green Bay Packers who've won 6 on the trot. They're 6-1. Traveling to the Arizona Cardinals who've won 7 on the trot. They're now obviously 7-0. In light of recent news, I have backed the Arizona Cardinals to win this one 27-24. I did originally back the Packers. I think they're going under the radar quite a bit. But without Devontae Adams, I think Alan Lazar as well, I think he's missing.
Yeah, that was announced earlier in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, defensive coordinator, I think, as well, is missing. So it's, again, Arizona Cardinals, it's fallen in their lap. They've been blessed and have lucked out with more injuries, more COVID, and they're going to beat another team that they wouldn't have if they were fully fit. So 27-24 for the Cardinals.
Jamie, is this going to be another week where we back the same team to get the same amount of points? Because I've also got the Cardinals to get 27.
Nice.
With the news that's come out of the Green Bay camp this week, I'm going slightly less for them. I'm going 17. I just think the Cardinals defense as well is just super strong at the minute. 27-17 to the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's a clean ass for the Arizona Cardinals for me. Even if Green Bay had Devontae Adams fully fit, I would have backed the Cardinals to win Thursday Night Football. I just think that in real big games, road games, we've seen what the Packers have been like in many years. Just got to look at NFC Championship. It's a guaranteed L for Aaron Rodgers. I'm expecting the same on TNF, and I just think he doesn't have the receivers to make the big plays like Devontae Adams does to even give him a chance. So I'm going Arizona to win this one 35-21.
Means sweet. Moving on to Sunday, we've got the 5 p.m. Early game windows this time round. First off, we'll start with my Carolina Panthers traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. I've gone for the Panthers to triple their score from last outing from 3-9 as we slipped to 3-5, and the Falcons 4-3, which puts us bottom of the NFC South. I've gone for the Atlanta Falcons to get 27, including a Russell Gage. He's going to get 2 touchdowns this week.
I'm also backing the Falcons. Wow, they're actually going to win 2 games in a row. Miracle. I'm going 23-10 to the Falcons.
10.
So at least you'll get a touchdown this week, Jamie. I'm backing you to get a touchdown.
Do you know what? I just want to lead again so I can celebrate, and then that'll be it. That'll be done for the day.
It will be PJ Walker throwing it to DJ Moore. The Darnold's just not going to play.
I hope so. DJ Moore's in my fantasy, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. PJ Walker to DJ Moore. Well played, Darnold. Great game.
I'm afraid it is a clean sweep for the Atlanta Falcons, and I believe they will win this one 27-13. So I've been generous in giving an extra field goal. So I think that the Panthers could take an early lead, just so Jamie has his moment in Belushi's. So spoiler alert, that's where we're all going to be on Sunday to watch the early game, mainly Panthers-Falcons. That's going to be on request. And then, of course, the main game for us, which is Patriots at Chargers, which we'll come on to in a moment. But yeah, quickly, I just think that the Panthers' offense is in disarray, and the defense each week is just looking more and more tired. And I don't even think that the Panthers have it in them to come back against the Falcons. Because even though the Falcons are masters at blowing leads, the Panthers not got it in them at the moment. So we'll be 5 on the trot for Carolina.
Yeah, we have got our main linebacker back, Shaq Thompson's return. We've got our main safety back in Justin Burris. And we've also got the best cornerback in the NFL, Stephon Gilmore, starting as well. So our defense will be bolstered, but we still... Unless they get 3 interception touchdowns, then we are screwed. So congrats to the Falcons for beating us again. Next, we'll head to the MetLife Stadium, the home of the New York Jets. They've just signed Joe Flacco, so they're going to lose. I'm going to give them 6. So 2 field goals against the Bengals. who are going to get 34. I was going to go 40 plus, but I thought I'll give them just 34.
Yeah, I was thinking about giving the Bengals 40 plus because of what they did at the Ravens. I don't know. I just think it's not like a divisional game, so they're probably just going to take the foot off the gas, to be honest. I'm going for a 37-13 win for the Bengals. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase just doing their usual thing.
I think you've hit the nail on the head, Brad. I mean, if Jamar Chase is doing that against the Baltimore Ravens, who look pretty unstoppable on defense at the start of the season, then what on earth are they going to do to a New York Jets defense that conceded 54 against the New England Patriots, an offense that hasn't got over 30 this season? It's going to be, I think, very one-sided. The only reason I don't think the Bengals will get 40 plus, I think it's a purely game management. I think they'll cruise ahead so early on. By fourth quarter, they'll be able to get the backups in, rest the key players for their AFC North push. So I'm going for a 35-10 win for the Bengals.
Yeah. I mean, if the Jets made Mac Jones look good, then what are they going to do to a good quarterback like Joe Burrow? For sure. Next, we'll head to the game that's going to be on Sky Sports. The main game on the 5 o'clock window is the AFC South. It's the AFC South decider, really, isn't it? The Tennessee Titans travel to the Indianapolis Colts. I remember last game of the season, the Colts could have won the AFC South. They bottled it as the Titans kicked a field goal in overtime, or just as the time expired, to win the game. So I've gone for a pretty similar scoreline. I've gone 33-30 to the Tennessee Titans, and I'm going to give it to them in overtime as well.
Wow. I think the Titans will dominate this one. I mean, away from home, Derrick Henry. I mean, their receivers are getting stronger and stronger each week. I'm going 33-16 to the Titans.
Yeah, I actually think similar to Brad. Like looking at this one, I think potentially this could be a tight matchup, and I was very close to giving it a field goal either way. But the Colts beat San Francisco, which I correctly called. But I just feel that the only reason they won is because of the mistakes San Fran make. And I just don't think that Tennessee are just a lot more efficient with the ball at the moment. That's with the passing game and the rushing game. So I think that they'll win this one in the 34-21 to prove why they are the dominant team in that division.
The LA Rams travel to the Houston Texans. I mean, is there a point? I mean, to be fair, the Rams struggled for a good half against the Detroit Lions. So that's all I can give the Texans hope for, but they're going to lose this. I've given the Rams 37 and I've given the Texans 17. So I've given them a couple of touchdowns.
Wow.
So it's quite nice of me, really, to be fair. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That's pretty generous, but another loss. I
mean, have the Texans got what Dan Campbell put out on the show at the SoFi against the Rams? No, they haven't. So I'm going for the Texans to get 13. Literally only because they're at home. Like, I mean, the whatever crowd they do have might get behind them, or they might be 41-0 down at halftime, which is what I've got the Rams to get. So Rams 41, Texans 13.
That's not a bad shout at all. Yeah, I think it can be fairly similar to what you both have got. I think the Texans are in just such disarray. And it was a miracle that they got their week 1 dub, to be honest, because they're just a shocking team. Although there is news that apparently Tyrod Taylor is going to return, but it's just not going to make a difference against the Rams. I say we mentioned the home ground, Brad, but I think for the New England game when they played their best, the stadium was half full, and most of that was Patriots fans. The Texans are not very well supported, and if you're from Texas, you're going to support Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going for the Rams to win 36-9.
Next, we've got an actual, I say big AFC North clash between the Steelers and Cleveland Browns.
Big?
Obviously, well, to them it is. Browns 4-3, Steelers 3-3. Obviously, last time Mason Rudolph allegedly used the racial slang word on Myles Garrett, which caused for some reason Mason Rudolph to try and cave the guy's head in with a helmet. But they meet again, and I've given the Browns the win, which is probably I was stuck between both because they both got trees for quarterback. Case Keenum against Big Ben it's not going to be a pretty game. I've gone 20-17 to the Cleveland Browns, and mostly the points can be on defense.
Yeah, I'm also backing the Browns. I think it'll be a very scrappy, not a high quality game. I don't even know why I've gone this. Well, I say high scoring. I've given the Browns 27, and the Steelers will get 20.
Wow, that is quite insane, Brad. That basically means that it's the game that actually feature on Red Zone. Blimey.
Yeah.
But I literally, it's funny how we're all thinking exactly the same, because that's my exact thoughts this one. It's just going to be a scrappy affair. Because Pittsburgh have not been brilliant to watch all season. They've just scraped by. I think like the Cardinals, they've been very fortunate with their fixtures, but they're just nowhere near as good as the Cardinals. They can't capitalise as much. Even the Browns with their injury problems, they've still got an O-line good enough for any running back who's half decent to make the plays. And that's why Johnson, the third choice running back, still made the plays that he did. There's talk of Nick Chubb potentially returning as well, which is huge for Cleveland. But regardless of who's running back, I think the Browns will edge this one 19-16. Could be, I reckon, battle of field goals.
Ooh. Entertaining then. Move on to another great clash between two teams that have lost 12 out of 14 games combined. The Eagles and Lions at Ford Field. You'd think this is the Lions' moment to win a game, but I think Jalen Hurts is a little bit too good for anything the Lions can stop. So I've given the Eagles a quite convincing win, 24-13.
Wow. Yeah, I'm also going for a convincing Eagles win. I was giving the Eagles 34 and the Lions 14. So very high scoring for the Eagles.
See, I think the Lions are more competitive than what you guys give them credit for. You look at the performance against Los Angeles. Yes, a lot of the trick plays were flukes, but there's not been that many games where they've got battered in. It's just the key moments where defense goes missing or Jared Goff just does Jared Goff things. So, and I think that Jamie's mentioned quite consistently that the Eagles are a poor team. We spoke about recently how they get behind in games. But I think the Lions just, it's weird. The way the Eagles have been playing, I probably would have backed any other team, but the Lions just find a way to lose. And I think it's going to be a game-winning field goal for Elliott, 31-28 Eagles. More heartbreak for Detroit.
Bills, Dolphins. I mean, top of the AFC East for now. Patriots are hot on their heels. And the Miami Dolphins bottom 1-6 with the Jets. It's quite obvious. I've gone Bills. There was a shutout, obviously, in Miami. I think it'll be a little bit more competitive. I'm giving them 13 points, but the Bills 38. Easy win for the Buffalo Bills.
I agree. I think it will be a little bit more competitive than the embarrassment in Miami. I don't know why I've given the Bills this low of a score, to be honest. There's literally no reason behind why I've only given them 30. But yeah, Buffalo Bills 30, Miami Dolphins 17.
Oh, so that's
relatively. Yeah. They take that.
Yeah,
Miami Dolphins will take that right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Miami Dolphins are capable of getting a touchdown when Tua is not doing Tua things, like as we all saw in London when he just literally passed the ball to the Jacksonville Jaguar defender. They've got a couple of capable receivers like Gesicki and Waddle, and I think them two will score a touchdown each, and then a field goal as well. Yeah, Buffalo Bills 30, Dolphins 17.
I'm siding with Jamie on this one. I think that the Dolphins are just an absolute mess, and the Buffalo Bills. The only reason that, Brad, you could be potentially right is because Bills are coming off a bye week, and we do get a right mixture where teams are either carry on where they left off or they're really sloppy because that momentum of the consistent performances that Buffalo has gone. But then they did lose their last game before bye week, so swings and roundabouts. But Miami is such a mess at the moment. Too many mistakes. The Bills are the number one defense in the NFL. Plus, they've got such a powerful offense. So I'm going for 42-14 for Buffalo.
Yeah, Tua was asked today if he feels wanted by the Dolphins, and his response was, "I don't not feel wanted."
Sorry?
So he feels wanted. Just say, yes, I feel wanted, not a double negative, because, typical. Useless Tua.
American for you.
Yeah, he'll be replaced soon enough anyway. No one even knows who it would be in a couple of years. Same with Josh Rosen. We're moving to the late window games, and it's the big game of the year so far.
We've missed one of the
Who have
early
we missed? Who?
49ers best.
Okay. If you really want to talk about no, I'm not in that. I'm not going to get into this. They can just look. It's 49ers Bears. No one actually cares. That rhymes. Soldier Field, 5:00. I've gone for a 49ers win. I probably should have given it to the Bears, but they're both bad. I probably should have gone for a tie. But I've just given it a 2017 to the 49ers and a Joey Sly winning field goal. Because he's ex-Panthers. He never wins any games, so he might as well start now.
Oh, I've gone very similar to Jamie. I've gone 2016 to the 49ers.
I think this is the first time we disagree. I've gone for the Chicago Bears to win this one 26-20. I've been critical of the 49ers, nothing to do with my father. They're supporting them. Just the fact that they've been such a letdown since that Super Bowl. Dreadful season last season. The mistakes they keep making with, as I say, George Kittle on injury reserve, Trey Lance, concussion protocol, even more reliable players like Deebo Samuel was making like the fumble against the Colts. And the Bears' only strength is their defense. And I just think it's going to be turnovers for both teams, and the Bears will just edge the 49ers. That's literally the only basis on my prediction.
Moving swiftly on, big game in the land of the podcast anyway.
The biggest game, I'd say. This is the big one.
Until next week when it's Patriots.
But for Adam, it's 2 massive weeks on the bounce.
Yeah,
my heart can't take it.
Yeah, I mean you'll probably end up. Yeah, true. I mean it is, and you're next to each other as well. At least like I won't be watching it when the Panthers play Patriots. Like I won't be anywhere near that. I don't want to be seeing that.
Yeah, and we'll be frying chicken wings at each other when we score touchdowns and. Well, I'm gonna lob a beer tower of dark fruits over Adam. It's gonna get messy.
If you ever realised yet in the podcast, it is the Patriots who travel to the LA Chargers, SoFi Stadium. Well, I have gone Chargers in overtime to beat the Patriots 30-24. Big up Justin Herbert. He's going to get the ball first. That's going to be the key. Actually, no, he's not. Mac Jones interception. Probably on like the 10-yard line. Be wonderful. Be great scenes. Adam will run out. It might as well be Edward. Yeah. We'll do an Edward. And it will be Mike Williams to win it for the Chargers. Runaway touchdown.
Jamie, I agree with you. I'm also going for the Chargers win in overtime. Mike Williams, 36-30.
Amazing.
I'll be honest. I was very, very close to putting this like as a tie or even a Patriots win. I won't lie to you, gents. This is probably the hardest game to predict all week, to be fair.
Right.
Have you gone? Have you backed your own team, or have you gone for the LA Chargers? Patriots just come off and scoring 54 points, and the Chargers recovered from a tough loss against the Ravens.
The Patriots did win 45-0 at SoFi last year as well.
Yeah, so you must be backing your own team for this. You have to be. Everything's back. You've got to back your own team.
One thing I can definitely say is it won't be 45-0 this time. Otherwise, Brad will be long gone back at the Travel Lodge. Travel Lodge for a treat.
I wouldn't be in the Travel Lodge. I'll be at the bottom of the Thames.
I agree with you both. It's a really tough one to call. I've been very close to giving it to the Chargers, but then just assessing it, I've got to back my own team. I think the pressure is on Los Angeles. I think that they're the ones expected to give the players a real push after the Raiders have really kicked on, despite the John Gruden saga. They're now number one in the AFC West. So Chargers have to bounce back with a big win. And New England have got nothing really to lose because the poor start to the season, no one's expecting them to get to the playoffs. Buffalo Bills have surely got that spot secured, but they're playing some nice stuff. So I reckon the Patriots will nick this one. It's going to be so close, 34-28, also in overtime. And if we're predicting who's going to get it, I'm going for Mac Jones to former Charger Hunter Henry for 5 in a row to send me wild in Belushi's, and I don't think anyone else will join in celebrations. Whoever else is there, good things though.
Just call it nil. Just call it 0-0 now, and like
I would take a 0-0 to be fair.
I'll take a 0-0. Like just not have the stress of like battering each other in Belushi. Let's not have the stress. Let's just call it 0-0. Have a good time and just watch Jamie's Panthers get slapped at the Falcons.
Oh yeah,
it'll be over. It'll already be over by then. I would have already gone over.
Yeah.
Or the bottom of the
one
tens.
thing just to add, that's like this is the first time in 4 years watching like two teams like my mates' team face one another. And when Patriots and Panthers faced each other last time when we were out in London, it was such an end-to-end game, and it ended with Graham Gano nicking it in Foxborough, and it was the worst feeling.
The greatest feeling.
Like it was just disaster.
I had 2 McFlurries to celebrate after that game.
I did. And that's the thing, he deliberately took his time over them McFlurries well, and I'm just sitting there in the cold in London. Fuming. But I just knew though that I'd be back up London or Hornchurch where we were and see us win a Super Bowl later that year, so it's fine.
You can keep your Super Bowl. I've got that. I've got those 2 McFlurries. I'm still trying to work off those McFlurries as well now, but it's fine. We'll move on to the other game, which I don't think will even be on Red Zone, to be honest. Jaguars against the Seattle Seahawks. This is the one game where I've been umming and ahhing, thinking about the whole time I was doing these predictions. Do I go Jaguars 1-5 or Seahawks 2-5? In the predictions I was about to send to Adam across for our where he puts on a spreadsheet sort of thing, I did back the Jaguars in my draft. However, I've thought surely the Jaguars can't win in Seattle. Legion of Boom, not anymore obviously, but in front of the We Are 12, it can't happen. So I've gone 17-14 to the Seattle Seahawks.
I've gone for a slightly more entertaining game that is very close. I'm going for the Seahawks to win this one, 24-23.
Oh,
wow.
First game on the trot that I have disagreed with you both. I've gone for the Jacksonville Jaguars to silence the 12s, 24-14. I'm looking at it thinking, it's a simple scenario. If Russell Wilson still was fit, I'd 100% back Seattle, no doubt about it. But Jaguars are coming off the buzz of winning in London. They've surely got to win their own country eventually. Seattle, we saw how lame they were offensively against the Saints. Jaguars are certainly gain confidence. They're finally using James Robinson up the fantasy. And I think they've got a real opportunity to create pressure on Geno Smith, who just can't deliver. So, yeah, I'm going 24-14. It's not going to be spectacular. We'll forget about it, especially after we've had a few beers, /ciders and whatever shots come around in Belushi's. But, yeah, the Jaguars will do enough. And 2 wins for them will be probably a successful season.
Indeed. Moving on.
Can we fit one more in?
Yeah, we've next up is Washington against Denver Broncos. We'll smash through this because neither team bothered to. Well, the thing is, on YouTube you put tags in per team, and it's just called Washington. So it's like we get nothing because no one searches for Washington. They don't have any fans. However, I guess I'm a fan this week. I've given them the win in Denver against the Broncos, 27-19. Yes, Jerry Jeudy's back, but you must realise it's Teddy Bridgewater. So L to the Broncos. 5 losses on the trot with the Panthers, 27-19 Washington.
Yeah, short and sweet from me. I'm also backing Washington. Heineke's a better quarterback than Teddy Bridgewater. Come at me, Broncos fans. 23-17 to Washington.
I'm nervous because it just says less than a minute now, but very quickly. I also think Washington football team will beat Denver Broncos in Mile High, 23-13. It's not going to be an entertaining game. It's a case of as long as Heineke remembers to actually dive in the end zone rather than short, that'd be a really good shot. But Washington defensively done really well to keep Green Bay down to 24, and Broncos have been shocking offensively with Teddy B doing what he did best at Carolina, throwing interceptions. So yeah, comfortable win for Washington, much needed.
We head to the New Orleans Saints Stadium, called now the Caesars Superdome. They welcome Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, last time Buccaneers went to the Saints, they knocked them out of the playoffs and made Drew Brees quit from football. So it did a great service a couple of times back to back there for the Bucks. And I think they're going to do another good service and beat the Saints as they romp home to the NFC South title. I've gone 30-20 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I've also gone for a 10-point difference. I've gone slightly higher though. I've gone Bucks 33, Saints 23.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-possession game. I think the Bucks are going to win this one 38-24. I think there's the Jameis Winston has his moments, as we know. So early on, he might throw a few bombs down the field, but ultimately, as I say, the Bucks are just too good. And you're surprised if the Bucks are even losing in the game, aren't you? At the moment, there's just weapons everywhere, and they're even getting a run game going. So I actually think Leonard Fournette could give, especially rush-wise, Alvin Kamara a run for his money, because the Bucks have improved massively on that front. So yeah, 38-24 Tampa, and they're pretty much surely secured NFC South already.
Yeah, no, if they win this, it's done. I mean, the fact that Seattle Seahawks, who are useless defensively, managed to pretty much contain Alvin Kamara apart from 2 plays means that the Bucks should easily be able to contain him. Sunday night football, the Minnesota Vikings welcome the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys come back from their bye week. Minnesota Vikings, they on bye as well? Probably. Who knows? Who cares? It's Minnesota.
I think they were, yeah.
Yeah, US Bank Stadium. I was going to back the Vikings because of my love, obviously, for Kirk Cousins. However, I think that the Cowboys just have too many weapons offensively. So I've gone for a Cowboys win, but only just 27-24 to the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I've also gone for a close game. I think this will be a very entertaining game, probably potentially one of the most entertaining games of the week. Weapons all over the pitch. I mean, the Vikings, we've chatted about their wide receivers all season long, Jefferson and Thielen, and then obviously the Cowboys, you've got Zeke Elliott, Amari Cooper. You've got so many good potential point scorers all over the pitch. I'm going for an absolute thriller. Cowboys to win this one, 37-36.
Another 1-point difference, Brad.
It's going to be a classic.
I also have gone for the same sort of feeling of it's going to be a really entertaining clash. Now, this is what you call proper primetime game. I'm actually a bit gutted that this is not earlier in the day for us. But if we're still going in Belushi's, you just don't know.
Lock in at Belushi's. Well, they'll lock it in. We'll have it on all night.
Yeah, we'll just have breakfast in Belushi's. It's fine. But sticking to the game, I think that like you mentioned, of all the weapons, I think the only difference is that the Cowboys, to me, have just got, at the moment, an extra clutch play. And I can see it going into overtime with the Dallas Cowboys winning it 35-29. I just think there's going to be a few 2-pointers thrown into the mix. And I can see it where Vikings have a chance of winning it. But this is the big game where Kirk Cousins actually falls short, throws it to Trayvon Diggs. Dallas get the ball back, and then Dak Prescott finds CeeDee Lamb to secure a huge win. I think if Cowboys can go to Minnesota and beat the Vikings while they're in form, then they are the real deal this year.
Well, you just repeating what happened to the Patriots Cowboys, but like you replaced Mac Jones for Kirk Cousins.
Basically, yeah. It still sounds feasible though, don't it?
Oh yeah, and CeeDee Lamb waving and get another. You know, he got fined $10,000 for that as well. That little wave. But,
no way.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. Well, I suppose the difference is though is that the New England didn't throw an interception in overtime. It was to build Belichick goes, oh yeah, we'll punt and give it straight back to Dak Prescott. Brilliant move. But I'm fine.
Monday Night Football, we head to Arrowhead Stadium where the lowly Kansas City Chiefs who've got the same record as the Patriots and Panthers, take on the New York Giants. And obviously, after Danny Dimes, they're calling him, was it Daniel Beckham Jr. after his one catch, the only catch he's ever going to make in his whole career. I've clearly backed the Chiefs to win this one 31-17. It's not even be close. The Giants, I've watched them firsthand, and they struggled against the Panthers team. Defensively, they managed to walk through our O-line. It's, again, as I've said for 4 weeks running, it's a chocolate teapot, and they just don't have enough weapons to trouble Kansas City Chiefs, which is mental. I'm saying Chiefs defense will be better than Panthers, but yeah, that is literally what I'm saying.
So yeah, Yeah, I'm also backing a Chiefs win. Unfortunately for the Giants, they're kind of come up against a far too strong offense in comparison to the useless offense that Panthers have. I mean, I don't know what Mahomes is playing at. Put Chad Henne in, I say, and then they'll win this one more comfortably. I'm going 30-17 to the Chiefs.
I've gone not too dissimilar. I think the Chiefs will win this one 35-17. We would all love to back the Giants, but realistically, we know that the Panthers were just that bad. I actually think teams from the CFL would give the Panthers a game at the moment. That's how dreadful they've been. Like Sam Darnold, I'll just throw it in the end zone so you get a safety. Like, how embarrassing was that? The Giants won't get an easier game this season, and that's why they're going to get the wind knocked out themselves when they go to Arrowhead. Because the Chiefs, it's going to be a mixed season. They do this where after a loss, they do tend to bounce back. And then it'll be whoever they face the following week could like stun them again. But yeah, the Chiefs should be far too good. And at home, surely at Arrowhead, they're going to be too strong for the Giants. If not, then I think if they don't win this, I actually think it's season over, because I think the rest in the AFC West will pull clear.
So with the Giants, obviously the Giants are now 2-5. Chiefs are 3-4. If the Giants win, they've got the same record as the Chiefs after 8 weeks of NFL action.
Incredible.
Madness.
To look at all of our stuff, if you just go to linktr.ee/NFL Talking Points, you get to see every single bit of content from us. So you can see Spotify, Apple, everything right on that link, linktr.ee/NFL Talking Points.
You even get Jamie's OnlyFans on there.
You do.
Oh.
Yeah, and obviously we're sharing a night on Sunday, all in the same bed. So we're going to be posting. We're going to be doing some great content for you guys. All right, that's it. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back for the
that's good time to end it.
We'll be back for the reviews. Bye bye.